Every step, every break, that's what it really takes. From the ground up, from dust to stars, chasing goals, chasing who you are. Every challenge, every fall, it's what it takes to rise above it all. So now you know the stories are real. What it takes is the fire you feel. Keep pushing on, no time for breaks. That's what it really takes. What it takes. From the ground up, from dust to stars, chasing goals, chasing who you are. Every challenge, every fall, it's what it takes to rise above it all. So now you know the stories are real. What it takes is the fire you feel. Keep pushing on, no time for breaks. That's what it really takes. No shortcuts, no fake. Spit and grind for the dreams you make. And every story's got a mountain to climb. It's what it takes to stand the test of time. Dig deep, keep the fire alive. Success is built on the will to survive. No easy path, just a burning need. It's what it takes to truly succeed. It's the hustle, it's the pain, it's the sunshine through the rain. Every step, every break, that's what it really takes. From the ground up, from dust to stars, chasing goals, chasing who you are. Every challenge, every fall, it's what it takes to rise above it all. So now you know the stories are real. What it takes is the fire you feel. Keep pushing on, no time for breaks. That's what it really takes. What it takes. From the ground up, from dust to stars, chasing goals, chasing who you are. Every challenge, every fall, it's what it takes to rise above it all. So now you know the stories are real. What it takes is the fire you feel. Keep pushing on. shortcuts, no fake. Spit and grind for the dreams you make. And every story's got a mountain to climb. It's what it takes to stand the test of time. Dig deep, keep the fire alive. Success is built on the will to survive. No easy path, just a burning need. It's what it takes to truly succeed. It's the hustle, it's the pain, it's the sunshine through the rain. Every step, every break, that's what it really takes. From the ground up, from dust to stars, chasing goals, chasing who you are. Every challenge, every fall, it's what it takes to rise above it all. So now you know the stories are real. What it takes is the fire you feel. Keep pushing on, no time for breaks. That's what it really takes.
How's everybody doing? If you haven't done it yet, listen, go ahead, subscribe, hit the button, let everybody know that we're here. Tell your friends, tell us where we're watching from. We're excited to be here tonight. Y'all ready?
What it takes.
Are you ready? Are you ready? That's the question. That's the major question right now. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. So let's get it. How's everybody doing? Welcome. Oh, there's the face. There it is. What's going on? Listen, it's that time. Welcome to What It Really Takes podcast. I'm your host, John GETTIS. Listen, this is the night where we dive deep into the mindsets of successful people, the mindsets of what it really takes, and discover better ways to get it done. So, this is episode 6, and it's a special one. I'm going to give everybody another moment, because now that you know it's real and it's live, I can tell you it's live. I'm going to help you. You ready? There's 3 likes. 1 like just happened. There's 1 comment. And there's no other comments. So I can't holler you out. I can't shout you out. I can't say nothing because you're not in the comment. Do me a favor. Make sure you go like, comment, share, tell your people. I know I'll allow the number to drop off for a second so you can tell everybody that it ain't a hoax. We here. We present. So let's get started. Again, happy Thanksgiving. Last week, it was Thanksgiving. We took a break. We sat under the table. We ate good. And we're back now. Let's finish this year strong. This episode is episode 6. And I'm excited for episode 6. Because I get to sit down, talk with my friend, my brother, and you'll get to know him as I dive in deeper to a mind of a man, a husband, a pastor, a friend, and actually find out what it really takes. Because all we know is that it takes a lot. It takes more than showing up. It takes more than conversation. It takes more than a whole lot of things. But we're here now. So we're going to make it happen. So without any further ado, I want to welcome my friend, my brother, to the podcast of What It Really Takes in the person of ABRAM Brooks. Senior. What's going on, sir? How are you?
I'm well, man. How are you?
Hey, we in here. Uh,
Yeah, I'm excited to be on tonight. Thank you so much for having me.
Listen, we're glad to have you. We wouldn't have it no other way, as you know, no other way. So, uh, how you been?
I've been well, man. This has been a very interesting season in life these last few months. But one thing I can say is that God is a keeper. He's a sustainer, and I'm just grateful, man.
That's good. That's good. Listen, we talk often, but we haven't talked like what we're about to do tonight. Uh, So we're gonna get ready. We're gonna dive in. I'm telling you, if you're in the room and you need something, I'm trying to tell you, there's gonna be some things that's gonna be said, something gonna be given away. So you might want to stick around. You might want to pay attention because we about to get in to the mind of Abram Brooks. So, well, you're you're a young man. So tell us about yourself. Tell us about who Abram Brooks really is. Because I think some people may have an idea, but they really don't know. Uh, so I'll tell me, who are you?
So I am a husband, a proud father, proud husband, proud father. I am a pastor. I am a man who loves my community, that being the church community and the physical community that I live in. Love everything about it. And so I'm just thankful for the wisdom that God has graced me with at an early age. And I'm appreciative for how He has allowed me to be able to pour into others over the years. You and I both know, man, that we've had some deep conversations. You know, we've even traveled together, certain churches and things of that nature, and just being able to have real talk over the years. And so I'm steady growing, man, steady growing, and just excited about where God is taking me.
Also, so I do have a question. Seeing the fact that you're a new author, is this the first book?
This is the very first book, just released the beginning about 5 days ago. 5 days ago, the book was released.
Okay. So, how long was this book in the works, you would say? Not when it started to be printed. When did you know that there was a need for this book? I'm going to share the book, what it looked like, real quick. Let's see. Oh, this didn't. All right. So, this is the book we talking about. When Serving at a Home, all right, by Abram Brooks. This is a adjutant coaching book, help you to understand all things adjutant. Listen, so I really want to know, how did it come about to write this book first?
So I have the honor and the privilege of serving as the director of adjutancy for the Atlantic Regional Conference of Churches, which consists of North Carolina, South Carolina churches, and a Maryland church. And so, serving as the director of the adjutancy, this is a new position that I was elevated to. And as we began to have conversation with those that served with me, I saw that there was a need to be able to explain the expectations and some of the things that you can do to help assist your pastor, to help assist your leader. I'm thankful because I have over 15 years of experience in adjutancy. I've been blessed to be able to serve many names throughout Christendom. And I mean, from a teenager all the way to now. I've even served a few artists, gospel artists, and things of that nature. And so I'm very thankful for my exposure. I'm thankful for the opportunities that I've been given to be able to serve in various organizations and in local churches. And so, what I would do over the years is take notes of some of the things that I had experienced, I had dealt with, some of the challenges, some of the exciting moments. And I took all of those things this year and I began to put it into writing in the form of a book. And as I was compiling the book and the content to put in it, I decided, you know what, I need this to be a help to somebody else. And so why not give them the tools and resources that I was exposed to and coach them through it. And so that was the vision behind the book, to be able to coach the next adjutant in their service to their leader. And
Okay.
so that's where the vision came from, man.
So is coaching a necessity when it comes down to being an adjutant? Is an adjutant needing to be coachable, open? What is some good characteristic of a adjutant that's, hey, hands down, A1?
Absolutely. So any area of ministry, you need to be coachable. But the adjutancy is one place that I would say is definitely a part of the ministry where you have to always be coachable. Reason being is because you are the right hand individual for your leader, whether it's male or female. You are the right hand leader for your pastor, your first lady, your man or woman of God. You're the right hand. And so, in that, you want to make sure, one, that you have a heart to serve. If you don't have a heart to serve, then this can't be your ministry. Because I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to be exposed to some things that's going to really make you scratch your head. That's going to make you question certain things that you've known in the past. Some of the things you've heard about in your upbringing and actually being in the office and hearing the conversations and things of that nature. So you have to be willing to have the heart of a servant. If you don't, then you're going to miss what it means to actually serve or the man or woman of God that you have been assigned to.
So I got another question because my head be thinking. So how dangerous is it to select the wrong adjutant? As a leader, is it, yeah, how dangerous is it to just be like, because they pay the most in tithes, they're always available, they're always there. Just because they're there, does that mean that's good selection? Selection. But what's the danger of making the wrong selection for your adjutant?
That's a mouthful right there. Um, Okay, let's talk real. So when you are serving your leader, you have to be willing to serve them, not just from a place of service, servitude, but humility and good character are needed as well. Humility and good character are needed as well. I talk in the book about humility and how it is necessary for you to remain humble in serving your leader. Why? Because you are, as I stated before, you're going to be exposed to certain things. And oftentimes, people can get a big head when they've been exposed to certain things. I even talk about in the book, just because your leader has given you permission or access to be in the room while there are other people in the room, does not give you permission to talk and to include yourself in the conversation as if you deserve to be in the room. Because the reality is you don't, but they've given you that access. And you have to learn what it means to be given something but not take advantage of it.
Okay, I got one thing because this is interesting, right? All bets off. I know leaders right now that you said the word honor. They respect their leader, irregardless that they lead other people. And when they enter into the room with their spiritual fathers or their coverings, their leaders, they still have that reverence to honor them, take their hat off. If I was your adjutant then, I'll forever be your adjutant. I'll walk in the room, let me carry your bag. Let me help you. How may I help you? So, this is a question. You help me. If you have served your leader well and you're underneath of them and your status gets bigger than their status, does that mean you have the right to change roles? Or does that mean you still have to put on that garment of servitude and an adjutant for honor?
Absolutely. Your role in serving someone, especially if you consider them a mentor, pastor, you've given them that title. Um, you never stop serving. You never stop serving. Yes, I'm a pastor. Yes, I have my own church. Yes, I have an adjutant. But at the end of the day, when I am around those that I have served previously, I take the second seat and I begin to serve. I'll give you an example. Just this past Sunday, had the privilege. Our church is in a shared space, and so I had the privilege of worshiping. Our church had the privilege of worshiping with the church that we share the space with in our 3 o'clock service. And the bishop, he surprised us and he showed up as well. Well, I serve him on the road as well. So automatically, even though right now in this moment, I'm senior pastor, I'm preaching here in the next few moments and he walks in, I automatically go to a place of I still have to serve the man of God. And so I made sure that he had what he needed. He came in the office. We talked for a minute. I made sure he had what he needed. We walked in together. The seat that I normally sit in, I let him have. All of these things, all of these things, immediately, my mind switched over and began to serve him. So I I want to say this in terms of answering your question. Don't get so caught up in your new position or new status that you forget where you came from. One of the things that the church that I grew up in back home in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, one of the things that the assistant pastor and even the bishop taught me and told me over the years was whatever you do, remain humble. Whatever you do, remain humble. This position requires a lot of humility. It does. It requires a lot of humility. It requires that you pay close attention to details and being able to safeguard what you hear and what you see.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. To uh, so there's got to be. You said to safeguard what you hear and what you see. There's got to be honor attached to being able to cover somebody, being that close to them. What's the benefit, or what have you seen as a benefit of being one that's willing to put on the servant's hat over that I'm the chief of staff hat?
So, one thing that I have a book by Bishop J.D. Ellis, who is known as the father of adjutancy. He has a quote in his book, and it says, "Seeing the leader sanctified in the eyes of the people become reward for a job well done." And I quote that in my book because that particular statement is so true. You will be rewarded when you're able to allow the people to see the leader exemplified in a well light.
So essentially, you need to understand the weight that comes with being an adjutant, the honor that comes with being an adjutant. It's more. It's more that's required of you. It's a humbling, an experience. And I'm trying to figure out right now if I took your book, what do you believe in the book is the best practice that somebody would need to look to understand first before getting deep into adjutant C?
So I would say one of the biggest things that I highlight in the book is studying your pastor. Study your pastor. Study your pastor as if your pastor is a book, so that you know how to serve them and serve them well. Find out what they like, find out what they don't like. Develop a relationship to the point where when they do something, you already know what, when they get ready to make a move to do something, you already know what that move is, and you're able to beat them to the chase. I serve a leader. As a matter of fact, our district bishop for the Atlantic Regional Conference I was telling you about, I served under his ministry when we first moved to North Carolina, and I was his adjutant. And what happened was, I noticed that anytime he would leave the office and go to the pulpit, that he always needed a pen. The pen was missing from the pulpit some way, somehow. And so he would oftentimes signal me to grab him a pen. So what I did after that happened one or two times, what I did was I would always make sure I had a pen in my suit jacket so that I wouldn't have to get up to go to the office, nor would I have to be gone distance-wise and time-wise from him for an extended period. So I started carrying a pen. So if he had the pen, wonderful, we were good that Sunday. If he didn't have the pen, no worries. I had the pen for him to be able to give to him immediately. But it's things like that to where when you study your leader, you will find out certain things about them that you're then able to meet the need immediately. And so that's one of the components of the book that I enjoyed being able to write about, and being able to give content and insight to, because it is necessary to be able to study your leader so that you know how to serve them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe I think an adjutant shouldn't start disturbance. I almost shouldn't know the adjutant is even working if they're working in right congruence. I know because I can watch leaders and you can pay attention to the eye of the leader that they trying to get somebody attention. Like who is supposed to be watching him? Who's up there? Who's he trying to signal? It's not probably the first time or the second time. They supposed to be knowing. So that for me irritates the mess out of me to know that a leader is not being taken care of when they come into a place. Listen, the president, the secretary of state, all those things, when they walk into a room, they know the path they about to take. They know where they're going to stand, how long they're going to stand there for, what their emotion is when they pull their ear, what that means. They know everything about him. The only thing they have to understand is the other factors that are not always consistent, which is the people. The people. That's the same thing, I believe, with adjutancy. If you can understand your pastor, he'll give you the signals for the room. That's the same thing even for in business work. If you pay attention to your leader, you'll know when it's time to bail out of the conversation because you studied them, watched them. And I think adjutancy is not just for the church. It can't be just for the church. It works in the church, but that's not the only place it can work. If you could be a good adjutant to a leader, that's a liaison. They'll call them somebody that helps or paying attention to the needs or understands or thinks like their leader. Listen, they'd be like, oh, look at that guy. They're doing this the same as they do, because that's my job, to make it easier for my leader, for my boss, for the people that are setting things up. as a servant. That's what we're supposed to do. And listen,
So if
listen.
I could say this, the word adjutant actually derives from the military. It derives from the military where it is the individual who serves a commander or a major within the military, someone of high rank. And so you would notice that it is their duty, it is their job, their task to make sure that the higher ranking individuals that serve in that branch of the military, that they have the resources that they need in case of any emergency and during moments of presentation, transportation, anything of that nature. And so it is the same in Pentecostalism, right? We've taken that perspective and we brought it into the church to be able to show that the office of the senior leader is just as important, because there are times when senior leaders need the assistance and they need the extra hand to help things run smoothly and to flow effectively. Another component of the book that I talk about, and this is more so the coaching part, I actually have a chapter in there where I encourage you to begin to build a conversation with your leader and begin to find out what their needs are. What are your needs? Sit down and schedule a conversation to be able to find out what your needs are. What is it that you would desire for me to do? What does your Sunday flow look like? What does your midweek flow look like? When you're on the road, do you want me to travel with you? And what does that look like? All of those things matter because as you have that conversation, you will begin to see and understand effectively that your leader really does need the assistance, and it helps them to be able to focus on the spiritual aspect and not so much on having to focus on everything natural that's happening around them. If they're able to sit there and focus on preparing their message, getting their content together, getting their manuscripts together, whether it be for Communion Sunday or baby dedication or a wedding even or funeral or anything of that nature, they're able to get those things together and not have to worry about the logistics of everything else because their adjutant has taken time to study them and to find out what it is that they can do to be able to help them stay focused on their primary task.
Okay. Listen, that's the details we need because if you can't handle that type of pressure or you can't figure out your own life, adjutancy might not be for you. All right? Listen, I'm okay to tell you. Listen, this is my podcast. I'll tell you, adjutancy is not for everybody. How ya? All right? No, it's not. It's not for everybody. So, listen, I'm going to take a moment. Listen, I need you to do me a favor because we about to find out who's in the room, what's happening, because we're going to give a book away. But I need to know how we're going to do this. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it right. All right, let's do this. All right. So I can find out. Did anybody already share? If you did, hit done. Just comment done. Let's see. And please understand, this is a perfect gift for Christmas. If you know somebody, it's not for you, it might be for somebody else. Listen, let's make it happen. Let's see. I can see y'all liking, but I don't see no comment. Let's do this. All right, I'll go find somebody that is shared. And then you could tell them at the podcast that they won. So, Abram, do you have anybody on your side that shared the book, that shared the podcast?
I'm checking now.
Let's see. Let's see how disobedient people can be. We ready? I'm looking for a winner.
They said the comments aren't open, so you can't
Comments
comment.
aren't open. Hold on. Let's see if we can change that. That's no good. One second. Let's see.
All right, so we have a share from Miss Cece in Fredericksburg.
Miss Cece. All right. Who else? Let's see something. I'm trying to be fair. I guess fair ain't the game if the comments ain't open. Hold on, y'all. Let's do this. This is how you know we live. This is how you know it. This is how you really know. Let's see if they let me manage my own. Comments log. If my children let me. Let's, I'm taking care of it. Y'all, I'm trying to make it fair. Cancel. It won't let me change it. All right, guys. So we're going to have to figure out a different way to do this. So let's do it this way. So we got a comment from CC. We got a share from CC. We got another one. I think. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I do apologize. That won't happen again. But how am I going? Let's do this. See if I can get. This is what we're going to do. After this, we're going to go live a second time just for the giveaway. And your comments will be there. All right? Let's finish the podcast. So, listen, tell yourself, pay attention, stay alone so we can do the giveaways. All right? All right. So, this is how it is. Somebody that has adjutancy is, so what's your plans for the book? Are you getting ready to go on tour? You gonna go to cities? What's up? How we get ready to do this? You know, your brother think big. I don't think that little stuff. I'm sorry. So,
Yeah, man. So I am. I'm looking to definitely go across the country with this to be able to help those who are looking to serve their pastor well. Another part of the book that I make mention of is don't allow this to replace professional training, classes, things of that nature, courses um, that you can certainly get involved in, whether it be through your organization or through another organization that's offering it publicly. This is just a resource for you to be able to serve well. And so, but yes, my goal is to certainly take it across the country, man, to be able to be a blessing to various churches and organizations and ministries that I know would be able to benefit from it greatly. The blessing is we're starting off next year strong, being a vendor for a number of events and conferences. And so I'm excited and looking forward to that.
also, I tell you right now, there's a church in the DMV that want to see you come. All right. So I just wanted to make sure you make your calendar clear. Make sure you have booking available. All right.
I'll be
So
there.
it's definitely a book that everybody should want to go and grab. If you want to know whether or not you built for adjutancy, listen, you can find out just through the workbook. Because if you can't handle the stress and the package that comes with managing somebody else's calendar, you're not really managing it, just knowing information about your pastor. It might not be for you. If you are able to have a servant's heart and be able to swallow your pride, everything else that goes along with it, then yes. Oh, we gon' we gonna do this probably on Instagram in a minute. Thank you for your help. We gonna make it happen. I got assistance. See, that's what I'm talking about. I got
There you
ad.
go.
I got.
You got to
That's
add
my.
it.
That's right. That's right. Help us one to another. That's why they give you a helpmate to help you. Cool. So yes, it's going to be an interesting party. So what we're gonna do is, seeing the fact that we can't do the comments and the shares, and I can't see everything that's happened. What platform we want to go to? Instagram or Facebook? Which one you want to go to, Abram? Which
Uh,
we can go.
let to go live.
Yep. Which one you want to go to? This is
Let's
just for
do.
the giveaway.
Yeah, let's do Facebook.
Okay. We're gonna do Facebook, y'all. I gotta tell you this. This is the place where we do intriguing minds. We come together, we learn more, and we try to find out what it really takes to be who you're supposed to be. You can have hopes and dreams, admirations, but sometimes that's just not enough. Sometimes you need to have desire. You got to have a circle of friends. You got to have people. You got to have a mindset. You have to have something far more greater than just a I want to do this attitude. You got to have discipline. You got to have drive. You got to have hunger. You got to want to learn. You got to want to glean. You want to get to the next level. That's what you got to do to get to that place. And listen, this didn't happen overnight for Abram. Abram worked hard. Lessons learned, heels up, heels down, and that's what it was. So tonight, I want you to give closing remarks, and also I want you to tell me what was your biggest uh-oh as an adjutant?
Man,
Yeah, that one. Yep. You don't have to tell the name. You don't have to say what city you was in. You don't have to say none of it.
so I was I was actually serving a prominent leader of our time, and in serving him, he was giving me instruction while he was preaching to do something for him that was a part of his message. I wasn't picking up all the pieces that he was giving out at that time, and so I was trying to do it, and then he's like, "No,"
There's a
and then he gets real firm with me, and he just comes off the mic, and he's like forcefully telling me the instruction, but clearly. And so once he made that clear instruction, I was able to make my move. But it happened publicly. It was in front of everybody. It was a very, oh man, I couldn't get it. I couldn't figure out what he
exactly.
was asking me to do in the moment. Now this is one of those times though that he was in my city, and
Hmm.
so I didn't normally serve him. So this is where having to learn someone on the spot came into play, and having to understand who they are as an individual. One thing you will know, or notice rather, as you serve leaders, especially those that are itinerant, that are coming in and out of town and things of that nature, you're going to find out that you're going to have to be flexible, because what may have worked with one person you were serving may be a complete no-no to somebody else.
Yeah.
And so you can't try to duplicate what worked for them with somebody else. You have to wipe the slate clean and begin to study that person right there in that moment. Your introduction may be at the airport. Find
Yep.
out at the airport. Study them from the time you lay eyes on them, picking them up, to the time they hit the office, to the time they go to the hotel, to the time they're in the pulpit. All of these things, study them to find out what it is that you can do to assist them, and the quickest way possible to be able to make that happen for that individual.
Wow. Hey. So, final remarks.
Man, I appreciate you taking the time out to allow me to be a part of this podcast tonight. Thank you to those that have joined in with us tonight. To my wife, my children, who have been amazing support systems in this journey. To my church, they've been an amazing support system in this journey as well. And so I'm just appreciative of what God is doing and where He's taking me. I'm all eyes and ears, and just doing what God has instructed me and commissioned me to do. I have a heart for people, man. As I stated, I love my community, and I love the church as a whole, the body of Christ. But I have a heart for people. And so anything I can do to be able to help someone win, or to be able to be successful, I want to be able to do just that. Do whatever it takes to see them win and be successful. And because of the exposure and the things that I have been, the opportunities I've been given, I want to make sure that someone else is given the proper resources and tools to be able to serve effectively as well.
And I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for making this book and making it available and not sitting on it. Thank you. We're going to get to it. So listen, if you didn't know, every Thursday night, What It Really Takes podcast is here, and we are live every Thursday at 7:30. But I want you to go over to kingdomculturenc.org and order your book. Or maybe you might want to wait just for a moment and go over to Facebook and see if you can win one in just a moment. All right? So let's do it. Guys, thank you so much and have a great night.